Oh man. So this is the Botcast live. Tonight we're on Twitch because if you didn't know, I just got suspended on YouTube again. 2 week suspension for an old video where I was about incels or something like that. You know how it goes. But I keep telling you guys, I keep reiterating, please follow my other social media. My Instagram, I got my Rumble down there, right? My Instagram, my X, especially, because I'm thinking about upgrading my X account so that I can upload full videos, right? So that'll be another way for you to consume my content. I know a lot of people don't like Rumble because it's like great value. It's like great value video streaming. I got you. I understand that. But Twitter might be a little bit more, or X might be a little bit more accessible for you guys. So, I'm thinking about going ahead and upgrading my account so I can upload full videos over there. And yeah, SoundCloud. I'm gonna just start putting all my links everywhere. Hopefully the YouTube channel will survive this 2 week suspension so that when I come back, I can put another Discord link out. I put one out because I thought everybody would get in at the same time, but you know how people are with procrastinating. I used to be the king of that. But yeah, man, I keep telling you guys the YouTube channel is probably not gonna last. I would say by the summer. I think within the next 6 months, the YouTube channel is gonna be gone. And the peculiar thing about it is that they keep going back to old videos and claiming it hate speech or whatever excuse. Like this was yet again hate speech on the video. Let me see if I can bring it up real quick. Let's get a new image up real quick. Give me 1 second. You can see. Get that. So hate speech policy, right? Community guidelines strikes on the incels are too logical video. I don't think anybody is reporting me. I think this is automatic. I mean, if somebody is, then the issue isn't really with them. Trolls are gonna troll, but it's just the fact that YouTube isn't even trying to protect my content or review anything. But I don't think anybody is doing that. I think that this is completely automatic, because this goes back years. When I was putting out I covered my face up. But when I put out the traps are okay, was that that episode of the how to be a neat. That was the first time I got like a mysterious community guideline warning. And I was like, what the fuck? And to this day, I don't know why I got that. And then the Ted Kaczynski one. So I think what's happening is that this is my theory, is that my YouTube channel has been designated as problematic over the years based on my content. Even like remember going back to the COVID-19 stuff when I was talking about the vaccines and how I wasn't going to take the vaccine and the conspiracies and the different information that was coming out about the vaccines, and then I got in trouble for that. I think that I've been pretty much put into a detention of sorts since then. And especially recently when I started talking about like the Jewish conspiracies, Israel's potential involvement in 9/11, the war in Gaza. That's when I started to see a uptick in these community guideline strikes and shit like that. So yeah, I feel like somehow I've gotten myself put into the red zone on YouTube. I feel like they pretty much propped me up to be taken down. That's how I feel. And I feel like it's almost as if my channel is just constantly being scanned for anything that they can hit me with, like hate speech or whatever the case may be. Hate speech tends to be the one, right? I got hate speech for Clown World, this incel video. What was the last one? I forgot the last one. What was it? I think it was the Wheat Waffles. Oh Lord, the Wheat Waffles Botcast. See, that's what I'm saying, Brett. So I I've accepted that my YouTube channel and everything that I've worked for in regards to it is just gonna go up in smoke. But like I said, man, I don't really feel bad about it. I feel more bad about the current state of YouTube. The fact that, I'm somebody that's been using YouTube since the very beginning. Like I said, I'll tell you guys, I remember being in this room trying to watch Bone Thugs and Harmony music videos, and these are 3 or 4 minute long videos. And I remember I was on dial-up trying and having to wait like an hour or 2 hours for one video to load up. Like I had to be within the first 100,000 people on YouTube. Right? That's my claim, and I'm sticking to it. And then to see how it's changed over the years, how there's so much more censorship, and seeing how they're trying to silence people like myself who are just here trying to express our opinions and our perspectives. I'm not inciting people to get violent or to hurt anybody or anything like that. If anything, there have been people who've been telling me that I've inspired them to do better, to be better. People who said that I've encouraged them to not commit suicide and things like that. Like, dude, if anything, I'm a beacon of light and positivity, right? But because my ideas and my perspectives aren't in line with, the current political and global agendas, I think that's why I've become a target. And then on top of that, like, admittedly, I don't go out of my way to censor myself the way other creators do. Like, they sort of change their language and modify the words that they'll use. Like, instead of saying ho, they'll say 304. They'll refrain from saying fuck and shit and stuff like that. And like, I'm not with the censorship. I am a true free speech champion. Like Charleston White said, I'm willing to die about that shit. And like I said, man, the worst thing about it is not my channel being targeted for whatever reason. It's the fact that this is the current state of YouTube. And even more so, this is the current state of the internet. I feel like it's going to get to a point where you're not going to have many spaces where you can really express yourself freely. And that's the worst thing about it. I look at a place like Reddit. I have a Reddit account, and I'm sure you guys, I haven't used it in a while. You guys can find it and look at my hilarious post history. But one thing about Reddit, it has some of the worst moderating as far as, like, it's so easy to get banned. I got banned from both of the small penis subreddits. Man, like, I've been banned for some of the dumbest shit on Reddit. I thought that if you think YouTube is bad, Reddit is somehow even worse than the YouTube. But places like that, man, it makes me very sad that some of the most popular websites where people should be able to freely express themselves, within reason. I'm not saying people should be able to go up there and then, try to get people to do anything violent or commit terrorist attacks or assassinations. I think once you cross that line, then you're going to have the FBI knocking on your door, rightfully so. But for people to express their opinions on things like the COVID-19 vaccine, politics, transgender agendas and whatnot, and then to be silenced for that, again, it's terrible, and it's crazy because you would think that the internet would be the place for free speech. But it's exactly the opposite, because of the whole private company excuse. Once these companies get bought out by the people who are, in those upper inner circles who want to censor and spread agendas, then they start implementing these rules and these guidelines that prevent people like myself and many other people from being able to freely express themselves and give, valuable information and insight the way that we see fit. Because there was a time, remember YouTube before it got bought out by Google? YouTube was owned by, I think it was like, these 2 regular guys or something like that. They cashed out. Fuck you guys, man. Fuck y'all. Yeah, it's y'all fault. Y'all should have stood on business. I wonder if they would have still made the same decision if they would have known the outcome, like where YouTube is today. They probably would, but man, I wish they would have never sold out, man. I wish they would have never sold out. It's because just looking at the state of YouTube, it's a shame, And I got my videos. I got most of my stuff uploaded on Rumble. I think the sad thing about it though is just it's the it's the nature of, you know, being a artist and a content creator. Once you build yourself up one place, it's hard to get the same following somewhere else. So I'm gonna have to really work hard this year to build up my other social media. Luckily for me, you know, I've stayed invested in posting on other social media sites ever since the copyright strikes. I knew then that, you know, my existence on YouTube is very fragile. So I've known since then that I needed to invest in the other avenues as far as like social media. So I'm prepared for that pivot. I feel just worse for like the, you know, the community, the clan that we built up here, and how once the channel is gone, a lot of us are gonna disperse. People aren't gonna know, well, where is he? You know, because a lot of people, they'll subscribe to your YouTube, but they're not gonna go subscribe to everything else. You know, so it'll just be gone, and then they might look deeper into it, or maybe they won't. But like I said, man, the reason why I don't really feel too bad about it is because YouTube it's completely changed under our feet, you know. And I had to realize and accept that someone like myself, I don't belong on YouTube. I don't belong. I think if the channel does get deleted, I'll probably just make another channel and just right, just repeat the cycle. But it's not gonna be with the same mindset of thinking like I'm gonna get big on YouTube. It's gonna be just because you kind of, you know, since you can beat the system by just making another one and then going from there, maybe, you know, you can still, like, I guess I'm looking at it like once they delete my main channel, I'll probably make another one and just continue to upload there. But I'll look at it more as like trying to get the traffic from YouTube to my other places. But that's where we are with that situation.